Welcome back to the channel, Reactions, Rants, Rabbit Holes, and I'm going over like the best of the channel. And VOB is number 2 by views, and up there high on my personal. I think it's all awesome. So down below is a link to this live one, but it's not my content, and the one that the algorithm fed me was someone else's content. Thank you for uploading it, but sourced from another source, and then that source wasn't available, and I thought, hey, the other side of mentalism here, VOB's own page. I go that route, and but the link to the live one is there, and as I was going through this all, I took a look at the lyrics, and I will say, I believe having messaging is incredibly important. This channel has talked about this specific message, and especially the antagonist or villain in the story. If all the world is a stage, which I talked about yesterday, then and we are players, there are lead roles, there are extras, there are heroes, there are villains, there's ups, there's downs. And I am under the firm belief that in the darkest corners of the world, one name pulls the strings. And it so happens that name comes up in this song. Now, I am all rock and roll and carnal knowledge aside, it's not always a little ray of sunshine back there. I openly try to weigh poor decisions in life versus morally sound decisions from a certain point on, which was a ways back. And I don't condemn the ideas as much as I condemn actions. Now, ideas can corrupt and turn to actions. That's another whole story, and the principal villain in this one, the father of lies kind of thing, it would make sense. I don't. Yes. All right, before we move on, because it's a short track, I have a question. I'm trying to pose the question as neutrally as possible. But it would be the subjective nature of the idea of hate speech. And let's say I saw, the Lucifer name there in the song. Let's say their side wins. Then what would be labeled as hate speech then? And doesn't that kind of go to show that the idea is more about controlled speech than actual hate speech, isn't it? The people wielding the ideas and power isn't that where it's defined? Now, if used and wielded in some way to actually cause harm, then yeah, it's a horrible thing. I'm not reflecting on anyone's personal opinions right now. This is my opinion. All my opinions are for me and just entertainment purposes only, not to sway the listener. But I do side on rather wanting to know the thoughts and feelings of all around me than having anything, especially if the deceiver of the planet is actually pulling the strings. Then I wonder whose power and ideology actually defines all these positions. And as I look around, I see moral bankruptcy and really karmic corruption. I mean, actions and deeds that could only repay with, eons of negative consequences. The universe knows what we do. The ebb and flow of the cosmic, the intertwining energies of it all. They know, it knows our hearts, our energies, our true desires. You know what I mean? I don't know if we're, as human beings, are super good at interpreting all that. I know we're good at accusing our enemies of everything we don't like, but then sometimes, unfortunately, we're guilty of repeating all their same behaviors in the name of new causes. And I would just use like the Hunger Games as an example of that. Not real life, just some fiction on a movie. But this is a good example of what I'm trying to get at. Not that I felt I wasn't on, I'm not on Team Rebellion and I'm not on Team Empire. I'm on Team poor-ass farmer who has to feed the winter no matter what. There's my position in life. Team, I don't want to be thrown into the grinder and mixed up with it all. And I think some of the people who maybe embrace that guy, entity, things, idea, aren't on the same wavelength as everyone else. So I give credit for some very strong ideas in the song that, with myself, really helps me engage in conversation. Might deter or scare away the listener. I can only put in the effort. I can't control the response.
Freedom. Take off. Intimidation. Together. Show your
Yeah, see, there's my problem as a simple farmer who basically has to recultivate the land every year. I always fear those intent to destroy it all when creating life from it all to nourish and right. I'm just talking about an idea. Obviously, I'm just a music reactor and outside these walls, trust me, there's nothing there that's going to impress anybody. But I use the idea because I think there's always been a group of people who had to care for the powerful. And until, hey, from every corner of the planet, who does the powerful worship, emulate, pay homage to? I mean, I can see with my own eyes the activities that embrace ideas that would have been repugnant 2 centuries ago. And I'm just talking about of a spiritual, yet on the other side of mentalism, maybe spiritualism side, that I believe, I would hope so, that isn't actually dead anywhere on the planet. Being shrouded in technocratic ideas of transhumanism, yes. Being used to sway, control, and manipulate the minds of people who would rather cultivate the land, yes. Or hearts and souls and loved ones and friends. Cultivate, not destroy, I think is the key takeaway. And in the end, I am positive when talking to groups of people, the idea of moral truth, right, wrong, good, bad behavior, harm versus care, they transcend every mountain, ocean, river, and sea. I don't think expanses of deserts hold those ideas at bay. I believe they've resonated since the dawn of time amongst those who embrace caring for what they've made. Then got the subject of this stuff here, which is fire, about those who would destroy, tear down, and see it all go away so they can build it in their own name and likeness. How many times have powerful people put their hands on the problem only to make the problem worse?
Show your power.
Oh yeah, see? I am so glad. Well, of course, I did say that I read the lyrics, but I didn't remember that line at all. If you were paying attention, I hope you were, and if you weren't, I'm sorry. All opinions for entertainment purposes only, and I'm long-winded. I get it. I don't have a TikTok soundbite for anybody at any time. But I'm pretty sure I talked about the villain of the story, the deceiver, the father of lies, more than anything. And I don't believe power is actually centralized globally at all. I believe power was easily contained by oceans, rivers, streams, mountains, deserts, and the such. Ideas crossed those planes, not the power. The power had to harvest technology to cross those distances. And fair enough, right? History in the process. But unfortunately, those who destroy often tend to be the writers of our history. So, So I believe, I'll reiterate, I don't think the power is mine and only, and the truth is mine. I think my opinion is mine, but my ability to try to find universal truths that cross over the boundaries implemented by control systems and power, there's the truth. So, just in case you got 2 minutes in and you're gone and you lit up my comments because I didn't care for it enough, wow, you're really mistaken, huh? I think this is awesome. I think the other side of mentalism from VOB here is exactly what I needed to talk about some stuff that I think needs to be talked about in a place with music that has enough fans that maybe messages are as important as kick-ass thrash music. And a lady's tearing it up. Fire. Cool song. Very, very happy to have engaged in this conversation with whoever wanted to listen. I would invoke the name and powers that repel Satan, but they're different for this band and myself. But the ideas of good conquering evil have existed since the dawn of time. I would guess by the lyrical content alone, there is the other side of this coin, and there is a light that shines to dispel that evil. I might play in all the whole sandbox, to every corner, but I've built my pile up on the light and the idea that good can win. And I mean, if that makes me naive, I'm going to go with that. Because embracing self-service, a system that eats up its inhabitants and spits them out like waste, it's not my thing. I don't support it. But I would venture to guess that the greatest atrocities on the planet right now go virtually unreported because they're not convenient enough to garner the attention needed to move money. And as far as I can tell, that's what Satan must really be, is fiat currency and a control and exchange system. Gets super complicated, I bet. All right. That was way 19 minutes. That was as good as it gets. So, if the number one band on the artist on the channel was Dimash, and I just paid pretty much respect and made some panda jokes, VOB is the second most popular artist on the channel, and I gave them, in a 2-minute and 43-second song, I gave them the best of what I've got. And if that isn't what that lyrical content was supposed to do, then I don't understand any of it at all. And, you should, I'm probably not the guy. Because I'm pretty sure it was for that purpose.